have seen the glory of the coming of the
During
Lord.
World War II, many soldiers lost their lives during the fight for our country. Certain stories of bravery and courage stand out above the rest, and men that did these courageous acts are considered heroes by our nation. An example is of us storming Normandy, where over 200,000 soldiers heroically gave their lives for our freedoms, our rights. Although not all of them will be remembered, we are eternally grateful for their sacrifice. Stories from the war show us that people sometimes have to do things otherwise seemed insane or unethical to reach their goal. Although the soldiers might not even fully realize what the goal in mind is, but they realize their reason for it. They realize what they're doing. They don't know what's going to come out of it, but they do know how important it is. People are always in constant competition, taking extreme resorts to get what they desire. War was an inevitable thing that humanity has dealt with since the beginning of our existence. But these heroes overcome that in a way that's not for their own existence, but for a purpose, a meaning, saving lives, being a good person, trying to do the best we can in this world.
And about 2 or 3 minutes later, he said, "Baker, I'm going back for reinforcements." Well, I got my senses together and I told him, "Okay, Captain, you go ahead. We'll be here when you get back." I knew he wasn't coming back.
Deprived of command and control and taking heavy losses, Baker's platoon was left to find its way back to the Allied line. The next morning, Baker voluntarily led a battalion advance on the German position, routing the superior force and securing Castle Agonolfi for the Allies.
About 100 miles out, I'd already used my 50 gallons and the main tank was not full. I was using gas like mad. There was a leak somewhere. I don't know where it was. In the meantime, 2 guys must have had the same trouble because they turned back and went back. So that left 6 of us to do the job of protecting the dive bombers. Now, I'm not a brave man, but I have to live with myself. I knew that I could go ahead and make it to that, but I could not make it back unless I leave now for base. If I quit now, that would be one less fighter pilot to go up there. I figured I knew enough about survival that I could survive if I hit the islands. So I decided to keep going.
All of a sudden, and it swung me around, and I'm still at Port Arms. I saw a German in the hedgerows, and I shot him, and he fell out. And I saw my BAR man up on the field, and I got up off of my back, and I went up there and got him arm around me. He had been hit in the right arm and the right leg, and he couldn't walk. I had to carry him back on my shoulder He had one leg that was working, but I got him back to the hedgerow, turned him over to the medics, and then I went back and got the rifle.
Even after being wounded, Healers returned to take his man's BAR that he had dropped because he knew of its fire superiority and importance to his squad.
Of people who didn't know what they were doing, but they tried anyway because they knew it was the right thing.